Hello, friends, dear students. Good morning to all of you. I am here, Lalit Kumar P. Bhaiya, Associate Professor, Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering Department, Bharati College of Engineering and Technology, Durg. Dear students, in last video we have seen General Instrumentation System part 1. So before proceeding to the next, we will speedily review the last video. We have seen instrument characteristics, transducer performance characteristics, generalized performance of a system, static terms and characteristics, dynamic terms and characteristics, standard test inputs, first and second order instruments, their responses, higher order system, calibration of standards, process of calibration, standard for calibration. Then we have also seen the transducer, the definition of the transducer, the classification of the transducers, types of transducers, and use of transducer, primary and secondary transducers, transducer performance characteristics, input characteristics, transfer characteristics, and output characteristics. And these questions I have asked to you. Explain the passive and active transducers, explain the transfer characteristics of the transducer, explain the different types of errors in transducer. Then we have gone through this generalized performance of a system, definition of the instrument, then instrumentation philosophy based on the different principles, then history of the instrumentation which we have seen in short, what is measurement is also seen, and then we have gone through this generalized instrumentation system. Once again, I will repeat this block diagram. You can see this is generalized instrumentation system. Everywhere in instrumentation this is used. Here is the medium which is to be measured. Whatever is the quantity measured is applied to the primary sensing element called as a primary transducers. And this transducer will convert from this quantity, physical quantity, to the electrical quantity. But sometimes we need to not converts it into electrical but other quantity. These are called as the primary sensing element. Later on we will use the output of the primary sensing element is then applied to the secondary transducer, variable conversion element, and the electrical quantity from this is applied to the variable manipulation element or signal conditioning element, amplifier, etc. Then output of the variable manipulation element is then given to the data transmission element. This output of the transducer, first transducer, second transducer, primary or secondary, is applied to the measuring element or amplifier or signal conditioning. The output is then applied to the data transmission element, data registers, transfers. Then this will be applied to the display unit. So it will be display here. Whatever is the quantity is measured in terms of this display. And this output of display will be used as a presented data, and that can be absorbed by the observer. So these are the functional elements of an instrumentation system which we have already seen. The primary sensing element of an instrument is that which first receives energy from the measured medium and produces an output. A variable conversion element converts the output signal of primary sensing element into more suitable variable. That is the function of the primary and secondary transducer. A variable manipulation element manipulates the signal represented by some physical variable to perform a intended task of an instrument. That is called as signal conditioning element. A data transmission element transmits the data from one element to the other. It is the telemetry element which transmits signal from one place to another place. That is transmitter type. And the data presentation element performs the translation function, such as the simple indication of a pointer moving on a scale or the recording of a pen moving over a chart. That means display unit. Either it may be a XY recorder, or it may be a ammeter, voltmeter, or any meter, analog meters, or it may be a digital display. Here we will see the static terms and characteristics. Static characteristics, where quantities are measured, are constant, are very slowly with time. Static characteristics are the characteristics where quantities are measured, are constant, are very slowly with time. Some terms related to static characteristics. There are two types of these characteristics, static and dynamic characteristics. Static characteristics are the characteristics with the terms constant, measured as a constant. For example, here accuracy is one of the important factor in the term in the instrumentation system. Accuracy, it is defined as conformity with or closeness of the true value when the variable being measured. So what does this stands for? What does this stands accuracy? We can say that this system have produced the 99% accuracy or 95% accuracy. What does it mean? It means that this system gives the closeness to the true value. 100% is the closeness, but it will provide a 95% or 98% accuracy. So this is called as accuracy. How much it accurate? So first important term is the accuracy. Another term is sensitivity. Sensitivity of an instrument or instrumentation system is the ratio of the magnitude of the response, that is output signal, to the magnitude of the quantity being measured, that is input signal. That is, you can say it is the ratio of the output upon ratio of the input, defined as the sensitivity. Here you can see static sensitivity is given by K is equal to change of output signal upon change of input signal, and this is K is equal to delta Q naught upon delta Qi. Delta Q naught is the change in output quantity upon delta Qi is the change in input quantity, where Q naught and Qi are the values of the output and input signals respectively. If the relationship is not linear between input and output, then the static sensitivity varies according to input and is given by what it says. If the relationship is not linear between input and output, then the static sensitivity is always varies according to the input and is given by K is equal to delta Q naught upon delta Qi, where Qi is the variation. Sensitivity is represented by the slope of calibration curve. If the curve is linear, then the sensitivity is constant. If the curve is non-linear, then the sensitivity is variable. Try to understand this main difference between the two sensitivities. If the calibration curve is linear, then the sensitivity is constant. If the calibration curve is non-linear, then the sensitivity is variable. You can see here this curve showing the linear and non-linear characteristics of the instrument. This is the linear characteristics, while this is the non-linear characteristics. Here is the output quantity, and here is horizontal axis is the input quantity. This is the input quantity, and this is the output quantity. And this is change in output quantity, this is the change in output quantity, and this is the change in input quantity. Similarly, on the linear curve, sensitivity K is delta theta naught upon delta theta I, where delta theta naught is the change in this output quantity upon delta theta I is the change of the input quantity. So this shows the graph curve of the linear and non-linear characteristics. Sensitivity has a wide range of units. It has different unit for different quantities, but particularly it is a constant because both quantities input and output are same. So maybe suppose a voltage is there, voltage sensitivity, maybe a microvolt per volt, like this are the units. Let the different elements comprising a means have a static sensitivities of K1, K2, K3, etc. When these elements are connected in series or cascade, then the overall sensitivity is given as K1 is equal to theta 1 upon theta I, K2 is equal to theta 2 upon theta 1, K3 is equal to theta naught upon theta 2. These are the three sensitivities, and the three elements are connected in cascade. Then you can have K1, K2 and K3. K3 is the last one, therefore output upon input, which is the output of the second one, like the gains in the amplifiers. This can be observed by this diagram. This is called as overall system sensitivity. You can see here, this is the input quantity. K1 is the sensitivity of the first system, second system K2, third system K3, where this theta 1 is the output of the first system. Therefore, theta 1 upon theta I is the K1, sensitivity of the first. Similarly, theta 2 upon theta 1 is the sensitivity of the second, that is K2. And similarly, sensitivity of the third is K3, that is theta naught upon theta 2. So, overall sensitivity is given by theta naught upon theta I, which is equal to K1 into K2 into K3. So, this is the overall sensitivity that can be represented for a cascaded systems. Therefore, this is the, I have already told you, K is equal to K1 into K2 into K3. Then another factor After that, accuracy and sensitivity. Another important term is the static error. What is this static error? The difference between measured value Vm and the true value Vf of the quantity represents the static error, or absolute error of the measurement, ES. This ES is equal to Vm minus Vf. This is Vm, which is called as the measured value, and Vf is the true value. So this absolute error or static error is given by Vm minus Vf. What is the measured value and what is the actual value? So measured value minus actual value gives the error called as the static error. Then another factor is the correction. What is correction? It is defined as the difference between the true value and the measured value of a quantity. The correction of the instrument reading is of the same magnitude as the error, but opposite in sign. So as we have already seen, this is static error in correction. Correction is nothing but the static error, but with the opposite sign. Accuracy refers to the closeness of conformity to the true value of the quantity under measurement. Then precision. What is precision? It refers to the degree of agreement within a group of measurement. That is, it prescribes the ability of the instrument to reproduce its reading over again for constant input signal. So we can say that how much the instrument is precise, how much the instrument is accurate. How much to instrument precise means the degree of agreement within the group of measurement. Suppose we have taken the 10 readings, and within the 10 readings are 10 output. What is the degree of agreement? How much it is prescribed? It's called as the precision. Generally, accuracy and precision are referred in terms of the percentage. Another term is reproducibility. Reproducibility, it is a closeness with which the same value of the input quantity is measured at different time. Once again, what is reproducibility? It is a closeness with which the same value of the input quantity is measured at different time. So closeness, this reproducibility means the repetition of the values, repetition of the quantity being measured at different time. It can be measured value repeatedly. Then drift. Drift means change. It is the undesirable gradual departure of the instrument output over a period of time. It is an undesirable gradual departure of the instrument output over a period of time. So this is called a drift, change in output in a particular period of time. Unwanted change in output in a particular period of time is the drift. Drift means that with a given input, the measured values do not vary with time. Drift means that with a given input, the measured values do not vary with time. It is undesirable quantity in industrial instruments because it is rarely apparent and cannot be easily compensated. Then repeatability. These two terms you try to understand. reproducibility is different, repeatability is different. Repeatability, it is the characteristics of the precision instruments. Repeatability is defined as the variation of the scale reading and is a random nature. What is repeatability? Repeats the particular value. Repeatability is defined as the variation of the scale reading and is random in nature. So there is a difference between reproducibility and repeatability. Stability then, this is also very important. We always like to have every system to be stable. And what is stable we define in terms of the BIBO. That means bounded input and bounded output. The system is said to be stable. So here in terms of this instrument we can define stability. It is defined as the ability of a measuring to maintain a standard of performance over a prolonged period of time. Stability is defined as the ability of a measuring to maintain a standard of performance over a prolonged period of time. Transducer and instruments of high stability need not be calibrated frequently. So we need a high stability, stable system. So once the stable system or stable instruments are there, then there is no need to calibrate the frequently. So stability is the very important part. Then resolution. Resolution is the smallest increment of the input quantity to which when the measuring system responds. Resolution, we can say screen resolution, camera resolution. So same resolution in the instruments. Resolution is the smallest increment of the input quantity to which when the measuring system responds. So whatever is the small change in input is there, the output must respond. It's called as the resolution. Then linearity. So what is linearity? Output must change with respect to change in the input. It's called as a linear system. It is defined as the proportionality between input quantity and output signal. And this can be expressed by the straight line equation y is equal to mx plus c. This is called as linear, where y is the output, x is the input, and m is the slope, and c is the intercept, or you can say constant, zero error. So these are the some definitions used in instrumentation system or terms. So dear friends, dear students, kindly go through these terms and answer these questions. Write a note on repeatability and reproducibility are synonymous. Compare between sensitivity and drift and do the certain problems on these questions. So these definitions are important. With this video, you can go through the A.K. Saveni and Cooper for more details and try to answer the questions on your Google Classroom also. In next video, we will go for the dynamic terms and characteristics. These are the dynamic terms and characteristics, and then standard test inputs. We will see in the next video of the instrumentation, generalized instrumentation system. So here, I thank you all for listening this video. Thank you very much. We will meet tomorrow with the next video. Thank you. Thank you all.